training network with the objective to train 15 students on a topic that we believe is important for the future of Europe. So the topic that we have chosen is millimeter wave communication, but not only communication, but also millimeter wave sensing and networking. So we want the students to think beyond the box and really make millimeter wave systems that can have an impact on society and future European industry.
What we did was to design new algorithms and new, let's say, signal processing tools that allow us to reuse, let's say, standard communication technology at millimeter waves in order to perform sensing from the environment. So for that, we have been able to use standard packets as they would be transmitted by IEEE 82.11, the Wi-Fi network that we all know. Instead of just transmitting information, we are also sending them to probe the environment, and then we are receiving reflection back from what we send. And by processing the reflections that we receive, we can extract microdoppler information, which is about actually revealing who is in the environment, the trajectory of the people who are basically taking part in the scene, and what they are doing. So we can do activity monitoring, positioning, all these things.
So the way we deal with these kind of training programs is we start with the assumption that mobility is very important. So we start hiring people that have not lived in a country before. Then when they start in the training program, we also send them on secondments to other institutions, other types of companies, and so on. So it's a training network where mobility and cooperation is very important.
One of the good things of this project is that I see a very strong experimental drive. So it's not just the matter of making a simulated model and make it run on a computer, but also try to really get your hands dirty with hardware of different kinds. It can be commercial, it can be laboratory grade and fully customizable, but still there is a very strong drive to use real equipment.
The ESRs are now much closer to each other. They can interact better. They start we have this grassroots collaboration is starting between them. Also the people who are already there, I think we are collaborating a bit more just because we have this extra time that we take a hike and suddenly new possible collaborations come up.
Like the experience? Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's a great learning experience. You get to learn from all the top scientists working their field, top in the field. So it's been a great experience so far. And yeah, you get to know a lot of new cultures. But I believe that makes you understand better how the world is.
Exactly. In the end, these side things that we have, for example, the interaction with different cultures, makes you have, as you're saying, different perspectives.
Yeah.
That in the end come into the research as well somehow.
And for me, it was a good experience to experience new mindsets and see how other people think and tackle a problem. So for me, that I'm working as a PhD student, I think it's something that I needed to know how to think properly.
I think I learned how can different students think in different ways, and I became more familiar with industry and measurement things, because before I mainly focused on theoretical analysis. So I think this is the improvement in my part.
So do you think any of the the work that we do in millimeter wave will eventually have a breakthrough that we can really eventually commercialize?
Yeah, well, I mean, we do have a couple of patents, right, already.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something. Hopefully, at least some of the industry partners can take further.
Okay.
But I mean, we also do quite a bit of experiments. I mean, like the team of York, you guys do quite a bit of experiments in millimeter wave, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so I think it's going to take longer than a lot of people think, right? It's something where we've seen it with other, like the Wi-Fi standards, which took a long time to take off, and maybe now they will. And so for millimeter wave, it's the same thing, right? It's technologically, it's super interesting, and the use cases aren't quite there yet, right? They're clearly on the horizon, and then in the end, it's a marketing thing. So I think they're like the sort of 2 to 3 years are optimistic, and I think it's going to take a little bit longer, but nevertheless, it's important to start preparing the research early.